in January. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
We decided we would cook a little bit this evening, and we haven't done a video in a while, and thought we'd do something to get the year started off. So here we are. We're going to do a stir fry tonight. I've got some vegetables laid out here. I'll show them in a little bit, and we've got some rice on the stove cooking. We're doing some brown rice tonight, and the rest of this will just be a stir fry, just some straightforward vegetables, and we'll show those in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you want to show anything or say anything?
Well, I have to say we have some new camera equipment, so we're very excited about that. And the second thing I want to say is we started this new eating the 1st of September. And so it's been about 100 days. About 100 days that we've been primarily plant-based eating. And we get a lot of our recipes from feastingathome.com, and we will be posting different recipes throughout the coming weeks. But I will tell you that I sleep so much better. If you have any type of joint pain or inflammation or anything, I would highly recommend that you consider looking at doing some plant-based eating. It really has made a huge difference. I feel so much better, and I'm grateful for Jeremy's chefing.
Okay, so I'll show you a few of the vegetables. Marianne's behind the camera. She may zoom in or zoom out a little bit. But anyway, we've got some bok choy. These are the baby bok choys that we like to use. Josh isn't home, so I'm putting celery in it. He does not like celery in stir fry. And then this is in our 3-pack of peppers. It's in Aloha pepper. Notice the stripes, and it's beautiful. So hopefully it'll taste good. But anyway, that was really cool. Kind of a bonus in there. A couple of zucchini. This is some Guyane. And these are just some miscellaneous kind of Asian greens that Woody likes so much. We just chop all that up, throw it in there. I've got a little bit of broccoli. I had some scallions that I felt like I needed to use sooner than later, so I'm going to put those in there instead of onion tonight, and a little bit of fresh ginger. Okay, so tonight I'm using some dehydrated shiitake mushrooms, and I've had these for a little while in the pantry, and I just honestly forget to use them fast enough to get them dehydrated, or rehydrated, excuse me. But I filled up this bowl with just some hot tap water, put these in here. They've probably been in here about 30 minutes, but you can see, you know, they really are nice and reconstituted now. So these are good. We'll slice those up and add them before too late in the stir fry process. I mentioned rice. This is a new way we're cooking rice now. I don't know if we have shared this in an earlier video, but we've cooked rice a lot of different ways. With a rice cooker, just on a covered pan, let it simmer down till the water's gone. This was a Feasting at Home recommendation for cooking basmati. Basically, you just cook it like pasta. So we've rinsed the rice several times, and just I have 2 cups of rice in here, and I just filled up, you know, a good amount of water to the top. So we'll just let this cook like we were cooking pasta. I put a little bit of salt in there. It'll start to boil, and we just kind of keep it stirring. I want to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom.
How long does it take to cook brown rice?
For this brown rice, almost 45 minutes. So it's a good long time, and it's rolling. You can see the water will get, you know, sucked up into the rice, but we keep it rolling for a while, and then we taste it along the way. That's the good thing about this. You can kind of taste it and then decide when it's tender as you want it to be, especially with the brown rice, because it can be a little bit tough. So you kind of cook it until you're ready, just like you were cooking pasta al dente, and then you pour it in the colander.
But we like to cook a lot on the weekend, so we'll have it for the week. So we're not cooking this during the week. Exactly.
So this stays in the fridge, whatever's left over, and we can warm it up in the microwave and put whatever fresh stuff we've cooked for the evening. So
yep. You got your wok ready?
Wok's ready to go, and we'll get started here in just a little bit. Got to cut up a few more vegetables.
All right.
All right, so I like to peel the ginger. I've got this Good Grips vegetable peeler. I love this thing. I couldn't do what I do without it, and probably don't need to look at our trash can. But anyway, I love this Good Grips peeler. I usually peel my ginger with that, and then I'm going to use my microplane. It's actually kind of sold as a zester, but I'm going to use that to grate the ginger. A lot of times I will just use a knife and dice this up as fine as I can, but I find that microplane does a good job of getting it nice and small. The piece is nice and small, so it's not tough or what's the word I'm looking for? what do you call ginger when it's stringy? I guess stringy maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe is the right word to use.
Well, we have had so many questions, people asking us, how do you cut the vegetables up?
All right.
And you would think that it wouldn't be that big a deal, but when I started cooking with you, you've got different places on the veggies that need longer periods of time to cook. So it does matter how you cook it and get it ready for stir fry.
Okay, all right, so that's a good point. So when you're looking at a vegetable like this, we've got a pretty long stem on it, and then we've got the leafy part at the top. So instead of chopping this all up and throwing it all in there at the same time, I'll probably chop this here and then dice this up a little bit smaller, and we'll put the things that are tougher in earlier to cook. So these stems, the bottoms of the bok choy, the broccoli, of course, and typically onion and pepper, I'll put in a little bit earlier so they can cook longer. But yeah, as far as these type of stemmy things that have a little bit more of a tough stem, and then the green part at the top, I'll take this, put the stem in earlier, and Woody's ready for a taste. And then we'll kind of chop up the vegetables. Ready? Jump. All right, come on. Oh, missed that one. Anyway, so, and he loves broccoli, brassica stuff. So, but then we'll put all the leaves in at the end, chop them up pretty good, and then they'll wilt at the finish of the stir fry, so they're not in there the whole time. So we start with the things that need to cook longer, put them in first, and then add things as they go, depending on how long they need to cook. So
like
that's
julienne style, right?
No, well, I like to cut the bottom of this bok choy off like that, and usually give it to Woody. And then I will often take, for these baby bok choys, I'll just chop those guys off, and then I'll come in, and this is a little bit larger, I'll probably quarter it, and just leave these whole. Now, if this was a big old bok choy, the full size, where it's got very long stalks, I will go ahead and chop those up pretty small too. But same kind of thing here. I usually just cut that bottom part off that was on the plant originally. And I might just cut this in 2 pieces.
Okay, I mean, looks like the rice is overflowing over there.
Okay, well, I took the lid off.
Okay.
Thanks. Good to have somebody watching your back.
Yes.
All right, but anyway, so I would do that, chop this little piece off just because that's the tired part that was harvested. And then again, do this, and probably, I like them bite size, but we're trying to make things kind of the same size so they cook about the same. So that's that. Now this one actually has some flowers, and I mean, I just throw all those in there. I mean, that's just part of it, something else that adds to the stir fry itself and how things look. All right, so I've got a lot to chop. I'll start working on these and we'll be back soon. All right, I was just going to do a quick little segment just to show you this, how the microplane works. Now mine's broken. Somehow I managed to break the plastic parts there, so I have to be careful. But anyway, you just run it down just like you were grating cheese or something else. And you can see how it comes out the back. So it does it pretty small. It takes a little while to do it, but I found that the results were good. And
that's ginger.
This is ginger. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. Yeah, this is my ginger. And you just tap it off and just kind of keep grating it until you need to. But this is sharp, and it'll kind of cut through those strands so it doesn't end up being kind of messy.
I will tell you, when you've started adding ginger to stir fry, and it really gives it a nice flavor. Really
yeah,
nice
and I've used powdered ginger like the spice before, but just the fresh ginger. It's kind of one of those non-negotiables. If you want that flavor in there, just the dry just doesn't seem to do as well. So anyway, all right, so that's that. Back to the aloha pepper. Really, this is just gorgeous. I don't know what else to say about it. So we're going to slice this up.
Where do you get your veggies?
I go to Aldi, go to the Asian market in New Bern. That's where a lot of the greens and things come from. This was a pepper from Aldi, and Harris Teeter. And when I can get to the farmer's market, I love to go to the farmer's market in New Bern too. But this time of year, it's not quite as available. So anyway, so I've got these strips. I'll usually just cut this again and just kind of use these a little bit blocked up, not anything very small. And I'm using scallions. These are scallions. I'm using them today instead of onion. So normally if I had onion, I would chop it about the same size as this pepper probably. And there goes Worcester. You probably don't want that, but there you go. Anyway, so that's that. And let's check in on the rice that I boiled over a minute ago. You can have a quick look at this. So, I mean, you can see I'm just cooking it like I was cooking pasta. So, it's boiling along good. And we'll just let it keep going, and I'll taste it occasionally just to see if it's getting tender. I like for this, I use the term pop since it's kind of got a little shell around it. The brown rice does. I kind of like for that to pop, and then it's ready for me anyway. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we're ready when it tastes right, and we'll just pour it in the colander, and we'll be done with that. So I'll get started with putting all this in the wok, and we'll check back in a little bit.
You think you might jump for the audience?
I don't know. Can you jump? Jump. Woody, here, jump. No, he's not begging, so he doesn't jump that much.
Jump, Woody. Jump.
Oh, Mom wants you to jump. You jump, jump, jump. There you go. Jump. All right, good boy. All right, hang on. I'm going to give you a piece of something for that. How about some bok choy or that's what we do. All right, there you go. Okay, so we've started the stir fry, and you can kind of see how things are coming together in the pan. Our aloha pepper looks really nice, but surprise, it just tastes like any other red bell pepper, but it looks nice, so that's important. So that's cooking, and I wanted to show you how I'm cutting up these shiitakes. So you'll notice they're nice and soft, but when I open it up, the stem is still dry inside. So typically for these mushrooms that are dehydrated, I won't keep the stem. If this was a fresh shiitake, I would probably go ahead and include the stem. But typically, I'll just go ahead and run right through these like that, and maybe cut them one more time this way. So that's that. But I just wanted you to see how I did the stem, because again, this one's maybe not quite as reconstituted. So I want to go ahead and chop that out. So just kind of have to feel it. And then some of the mushrooms, they'll be in there the same period of time as the other ones, and they'll be completely reconstituted, and others will still kind of be tough. So you just kind of have to play it by ear. But that's how I wanted you to see that. So we'll check back in a little bit. Thanks. Like this. And anyway, I just wanted to let you know that ahead of time, because I tend to end up fighting to get everything unwrapped while I'm doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and plate up. Marianne's already poured the rice out in the colander and drained it, and throw some on the plate, and a dollop of greens and stir fry here on top. So
Yummy. Looks amazing. Can't wait to eat the shiitake mushrooms.
So there we go. That's our Sunday night stir fry. Y'all have a good week.